Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you each into the kitchen this evening where it's a special time. It's time to bake Junior's birthday cake. And I talked with him and he shook his head. He wants a gingerbread Swiss roll cake, but the filling is going to be an eggnog frosting filling. Yes, we're going to have fun with this one. Yes, yes, yes. All right, now this recipe is for a 12.5 by 17.5 half sheet pan. Okay, so this is going to be one of your bigger Swiss roll cakes, and it's going to be great because what we don't eat tomorrow will go on to the dessert table for Christmas as well. So let's have some fun making Junior's birthday cake because he loves gingerbread. All right, let's get busy. Okay, now in the mixer bowl, I have double check, three large eggs. And into that, I'm going to add um, my sugars. It's 3/4 cup of cane sugar and a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. And we're going to mix that together real well. We're going to mix most of all of our liquid ingredients first. I want to go on and add, now instead of putting them in with the dry ingredients, I'm going to add the spices to the liquid ingredients so they can start releasing the aroma. I want a tablespoon, use really good cinnamon. And it wouldn't be gingerbread without ginger. And I want a tablespoon of ginger. Now in the plate here, I have a half a teaspoon, and it might be a little bit more, of fresh grated nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of fresh ground cloves. Man, I had to think there for a minute. And it smells so good when you grind them or grate them fresh. It brings out the oils and everything. Gonna let that mix for a little bit. Okay, now to that, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup, and this is the 1/3 of a cup, so I know where the 1/4 cup mark is. This is some of the best tasting blackstrap molasses. I want a 1/4 cup of molasses. Because it's not molasses. It's not gingerbread unless there's molasses involved. Love molasses, and it's so good for you. And you want to make sure you get all of that out of the cup. I see too many people who waste so much and don't scrape ingredients out. Okay, let's set that here. And I'm going to want to scrape the bowl. Okay. Gonna let that mix real good. Now we're going to add a tablespoon, no, a teaspoon, I'm sorry, a teaspoon of lemon juice. And yes, I'm measuring with the tablespoon. You have to learn where the teaspoon and so on would be on the tablespoon. And I want a teaspoon of real vanilla. Oh, it's smelling good, y'all. Now, in this bowl, I have 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. Now, of course, all ingredients will be in the recipe in the description box below. You want to start out slow. You're going to want to scrape your bowl. Oh, another thing. I have my oven preheated to 375. Alrighty. Oh man, it's a pretty, pretty cake. Pretty cake batter. Oh. And like I said, this is a 12.5 by 17.5 half sheet cake pan. Now, if you notice, I have an empty one on top of the parchment paper. It helps to press that parchment paper down and keep it from doing all that rolling stuff. Now this is going to be a looser type cake batter. And you just want to make sure everything is combined well. And it's not going to make a big thick cake because we're going to be rolling it. Which once it's baked, I'll bring y'all along for that. And you want to scrape your bowl good because every little bit of this batter counts. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this. It smells so good, y'all. Now you're going to want what they call an offset spatula, which is basically a frosting spatula. And you're going to gently and evenly spread this batter across the pan. You want to try to get it as even as possible because it's going to make a difference. And of course, using the parchment paper, you don't have to clean, don't have to butter your pan or anything. So basically, when this cake is done baking, your cake pan is still clean. You want to make sure it's all the way to the sides. You want to make sure that there's no empty spots. You see any bubbles, make sure they get popped. And that's how you get bubbles to rise to the top so you can pop them. Okay, it looks even to me. Okay, we're going to put this in a 375 degree oven, Fahrenheit oven, for 12 to 15 minutes or until the cake is done. And I'll bring you back here in a little bit. I just got the cake out of the oven. You cook it until a toothpick or knife goes in and it comes out clean. Now we're going to dust it really good. Yes, powdered sugar. And this is to keep it from sticking. You want to make sure that it's dusted well. And we're going old school here. I'm not going to use the parchment paper. I'm going to use, and this is a cotton cheesecloth or however you want to call it. And it's just easier to do it this way to flip the pan over. And almost. And remember, this bottom pan, which is now the top pan, is very, very hot. I'm going to let it sit for just a little bit. Not long, and I'll bring y'all right back. Okay, it was only long enough to set the pan on top of the stove. Gently and slowly. Nope. Ha. Come on now. Sometimes you have to work with it. Come on. No. Ah, there we go. Any crumbs are my treat. Hold on, I'll be right back. Be honest, it acts like it could have needed to bake just a little bit longer. And I baked it for 14 minutes. Yep. Now, once again, sprinkle good and heavy with the powdered sugar. But you want to do this while the cake is warm. Do not let it cool down. Not yet. See, I've used so much powdered sugar, I'll have nightmares about a powdered sugar monster coming after me. And don't worry about the edges. We're going to clean those up before we frost it. But for now, we got to teach it how to roll. And you want this edge of the fabric, and you need to use cotton to do it. Sometimes you have to encourage it just a little bit. And scoot it back to you. You don't want it ungodly tight, but you don't want it loose. And you want to make sure it's encased in that little towel. Now you could use parchment paper if you wanted to. Now remember, this pan's going to be slightly warm because of the cake. Now, you're going to want to put this in the refrigerator. Uh-oh. You're going to want to put this in the refrigerator. I thought it had completely cracked on me. Don't worry, if it cracks, it'll be fine. Put it in the refrigerator to cool for 30 minutes to an hour. Now, you can also, if you use the parchment paper, you can wrap this really good and freeze it like it is for later use. Or you can wait till it cools down, frost it, re-roll it, and freeze it then. So I'm going to let this cool for close to an hour. I'll bring you back here in just a little bit, and we're going to make that delicious eggnog frosting that goes in the center of this beautiful, beautiful cake. I'll see y'all back here in just a little bit. Okay, welcome back. It is time to make the eggnog filling. The cake is almost completely cooled. Now I have a half a stick of room temperature butter inside the mixing bowl. You're going to want to use an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. You want it room temperature as well. That's what I was hoping for. Okay, we're going to put this into the mixing bowl. I like to make sure I get it all. Except little bitty bits for me. Alright. I'm going to need, move my coffee cup. Need a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And I have such a stock of nutmeg, I'll never be out. And I always fresh grate it because it tastes so much better. Might add just a little bit more. Because I didn't know there was a wet spot on the saucer. So, alright, now I'm going to blend the cream cheese and the butter together. Oh, it smells so good. I'm going to want to put in a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Make sure you scrape your bowl so nothing is sticking to the bowl, the bottom of the bowl. Now, we're going to use a 1/4 cup of eggnog. Use whatever eggnog that you enjoy. And always shake very well and know there's no Southern Comfort in it. And always use the eggnog that you enjoy to drink. Maybe it's homemade. Maybe it's a completely different brand. Whatever eggnog you like or can afford. This was a splurge because it's Junior's birthday cake. And I tend to love to celebrate birthdays. And we want to blend this together very well. You're going to want to scrape your bowl. Yeah. You want it good and light and airy. And once you get it going to want to mix it until there's no lumps. So I'm going to pause it until it's ready. Okay, it's nice and creamy. Now we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. Of course, we want to scrape down the bowl. Of course, this is the filling for inside the cake. Oh, the smell coming up is amazing, y'all. I can smell eggnog. I can smell cream cheese. It's a little loose, so I'm going to add some more powdered sugar to it. Let me go grab some more. I want it to be more firm. You don't want it too loose because it'll ooze out of the cake. I'm going to add a quarter of a cup at a time. Of course, you got to scrape the bowl. Yep. Almost there. Almost. Well, what little bit I had left. So we'll say about a cup and a quarter. Now, start out with the 3/4 of a cup first because it all depends on the ingredients, how things get blended together. Scrape the bowl. Yes, that is how I want it. Okay. Come on. Alright, what I'm going to do is take it out of this bowl and put it in another bowl. I'll bring you right back. Okay, it's time to unroll the cake. It is nice and cool, and you're going to want to go slowly. Yeah, I know, I'm rolling it back up. It's to get it off of the towel. Ah, that's okay. It's going to be in the center. Okay, I'm going to trim or try to trim. I need a bowl so I can put the edge trimmings in, because some of them are a little crispy. So I'm just going to trim it up. Oh, don't worry. These are going to be snacks here in a bit. And don't worry about it breaking. This is going to be in the center. Oh, oh, that's good, y'all. Now, if you wanted to, you could dry out these edge pieces if you wanted to, and use them as gingerbread crumbs. It's not going to make a whole lot, but okay. Now, going to want an offset spatula. You'll probably have plenty of frosting left or filling left over. Might as well call it what it is. So, if you wanted to, you could make cupcakes. I wish y'all could smell this. I really do. Now, you don't want to put it on too god awful thick, but you want enough on there so you'll actually get some flavor. And don't worry about picking up crumbs, because it's going to be in the middle of the cake. And don't panic. There might be little baby chunks of cream cheese. That's fine too. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Main thing is it's made with love and it's homemade. You don't want to go too close to the edge because it's going to smush out a little bit. Hopefully not too bad. Not going to have a whole lot left over, which is a good thing. Oh, the smells. Now you want to leave a little bit of an edge gap here because as you roll, there's a chance some of it's going to smush forward. But you want enough in there so you actually taste it. Okay, here comes the fun part. Now, the reason why you pre-roll it is so that it remembers, it makes it easier to roll it. Poor thing. It's so soft. It's falling apart. But that's okay. You're going to clean up. Try to. But there's what it's going to look like. Because you're going to refrigerate it. And I'm trying not to smush it while I cut it. And of course, like I said, the ends will be really pretty. Now, I can taste this part. I can't have a big piece. And you're going to stick it back in the refrigerator so the filling's going to solidify back. Oh, that is so good, y'all. Oh, that is so good. He's going to love this. Now, usually what you do It's just dusted with powdered sugar all over. I make a snowstorm, a blizzard scene. But I'm gonna do something just a little different. Oh, that's good, y'all. That is so good. I got a little extra to put on here for Junior. Give it a little extra flavor. Not that it really needs it. It really don't. I just need this on here as a little bit of glue. Because you've watched my videos a little while back, I tried to make maple nut candy for one of the owl members. And while it didn't work out, well, guess what? I'm fixing to blend some up. And I need that little bit of glue there to sprinkle this maple nut candy powder on top. Make it a little more festive. Oh, this smells good. Any bigger pieces, I'm going to set them to the side. And I want to push it down. That's why I put a little bit of the filling on top so that it will act like glue. I don't want to put a whole lot on there because I don't want to take away from the original flavor of the cake. Oh, this smells good, y'all. I just wanted to add a little a little extra added for Junior. All right. Now, I got to try it because I got a cheater piece here. Because I'm not going to cut any of his cake to try it. This is just trim pieces because they had to be cut. Oh, here we go, y'all. Mmm. Oh, that is so good. And see what I don't use? I'm going to put back in the bag. That is so delicious, y'all. Oh, it's so good. And all that is the powdered up maple candy. Simple, easy, homemade. I'm going to put it in the fridge just like this so it can solidify, and then I will move it to a pretty serving plate. I think Junior's going to love this cake. It is absolutely delicious, y'all. And like I said, any trim pieces, well, you can snack on them, or you can dry them out and make gingerbread crumbs like graham cracker crumbs. Simple, easy, homemade, and absolutely delicious, y'all. I know Junior's going to love this, and I am happy, more than happy to get to make it for him. Everyone, take care. Stay safe and sound out there in this crazy world. Stay warm and dry this holiday season. Everyone, continue to stock up your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you. And some set back so you can make little random treats here and there, because you're going to need something sweet every once in a while. Continue to stock up your medicinals that will heal you. Protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. Everyone, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Know that y'all are loved dearly. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Everyone, give forth love and take care of one another, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to fight. We're not supposed to be wanting ungodly expensive gifts. It's things from the heart that's homemade that means the most, because somebody took the time out of their schedule to make something to give to you. And that means more than swiping a card or handing over some cash. Everyone, I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Mwah. Love y'all. See you soon.